Friends, can you even grasp the scale of China's rise? We're at a level many thought was decades away, positioning the nation to lead globally across multiple fronts. This story isn't just about mega projects, it's often hidden in our small towns, which have quietly come to dominate global markets in astonishingly specific niches. Let's start small. The reality is staggering, and it completely rewrites the narrative of what's possible in local economies. Dismissing China's counties as backwaters is a huge mistake. Many are titans in their fields, wielding more influence over global supply chains than entire countries. Take Caoxian County in Shandong. There's a local saying, without Caoxian, the Japanese would lose sleep. Why coffins? It sounds bizarre, but it's true. This area was once impoverished. Inspired by Zhao Yulu's Paulonia tree planting in nearby Langkao to combat desertification, locals ended up with vast forests of fast-growing wood. But the wood had a problem. It was light and flammable, seemingly useless for high-value product. Then came a brilliant, almost accidental breakthrough. They discovered that in Japan, coffins are traditionally cremated with the deceased. Suddenly, the wood's floors, lightweight and highly combustible, became its perfect advantages. This simple insight turned a worthless resource into a global commodity. Today, an astounding 90% of Japanese coffins come from this single county, a testament to local ingenuity, turning a challenge into an unshakable monopoly. But that's just the start. Consider Shaodong in Hunan. You've likely never heard of it, but it produces something almost everyone uses: lighters. Shaodong doesn't just make lighters, it absolutely dominates the global market, holding an incredible 70% share. They produce about 15 billion units a year, a number so large it's almost abstract. To put it in perspective, that's enough lighters to circle the Earth's equator 30 times. Then there's Henan province, a veritable powerhouse of specialized manufacturing. Worried about hair loss? Suchang has you covered, producing over 60% of the world's wigs and hair product. Fancy a diamond? Zhejiang County is the world's top producer of lab-grown diamond, commanding over half the global market and effectively breaking the long-held Western myth around natural diamonds. Love music? Quechen County is China's violin hub. Over 80% of the world's mid to high-end violins made in China come from here, shaping the sound of orchestras globally. And for luxury decor, Nanzhao County, at its peak, wove 80% of the world's exquisite handmade silk carpet. That beautiful carpet you admired abroad might very well have its origins here. The list is virtually endless. Danyang's glasses frame the world's vision, and Liuyang's fireworks light up global celebrations. These are not just factories, they are ecosystems of expertise built over generations. Now let's zoom out to the truly massive foundational industries. Take steel, the backbone of modern infrastructure. China doesn't just lead in steel production, it operates on a completely different plane, producing over half the world's supply and ranking first for decades. The scale is almost incomprehensible. To use a vivid local metaphor, with China's annual steel output, you could give every monkey on the planet a golden staff and still have a massive pile left over. There simply aren't enough monkeys. This volume is so vast that it redefines strategic capacity. Even in a hypothetical full-scale war, regular production levels would be more than sufficient, leading to what some call overcapacity. And here's the critical point. Exports account for less than 10% of total output, yet that relatively small share is so impactful that it triggers trade barriers and anti-dumping investigations abroad. It's the same story across other core sectors. China produces over half the world's cement, over 65% of its smartphones and televisions, and a staggering 80% of its personal computers. This isn't just manufacturing, it's supplying the very skeleton of global modernity. This unparalleled industrial power is what enables infrastructure on a scale no other country can even dream of matching. China's high-speed rail network, a marvel of engineering, spans over 50,000 kilometers. That's 70% of the entire world's total high-speed rail track. We take this for granted, but consider that the United States, a global superpower, hasn't managed to build a single new high-speed rail line in the past 17 years. When a country reaches this level of scale, its influence fundamentally shifts from merely selling products to setting the rules and reshaping the global landscape. There's even a telling phenomenon known as the China bug in United Nations data statistics. If you include China in global metrics like forest coverage, the world's numbers improve significantly. Exclude China and the same indicators suddenly look depleted. One single country has the power to flip the sign of a global indicator. That's the definition of systemic importance. The shift is equally profound in the abstract world of finance. For decades, the global oil trade was shackled to the US dollar, a cornerstone of American hegemony. But in 2018, Shanghai launched UN-denominated oil futures, a move that sent shockwaves through financial capitals and left Washington watching nervously. The momentum is undeniable. By the end of 2025, over 95% of trade between China and Russia is projected to be conducted in yuan and rubles, directly challenging the dollar's dominance. This is a quiet but monumental rewriting of the global financial order. See, China's growth is not just rapid, it's explosive and multifaceted, with breakthroughs happening where you least expect them. If anyone ever suggests that China lags behind, you now have a treasure trove of facts that tell a very different story. From coffins to crude oil, from violins to financial systems, the depth and breadth of this progress are simply unmatched. I'm Si Ma Huapeng, founder of Guiji Intelligence. Follow me for more daily insights that cut through the noise.